patreon.com/smashomash. You'll get early alerts and other media and information that nobody else in the world gets. Some of it's early released, some of it's never released. And let's do a cosmology segment. This one is full of stuff. I'm going to blast through various things here, at least 4 articles to be covered. How about this weird system? In this system, the planets rotate this way, and the star rotates that way. How can that be? Does that fly in the face of your astrophysics? Well, it's believed to do that because it's part of a binary system, and that the other star affected the protoplanetary disk. Essentially, you're looking at a star with planets that it doesn't own orbiting it, pretty much. So this 2 coplanar orbiting planets in a multi-stellar system, you can find that on phys.org in the Astronomy and Space section, believed to be an aspect of the interaction between the 2 binary stars and the planetary disk. So that one's pretty interesting. Perhaps have a read on that. Also, another interesting thing, Assassin 18AAN, an unusual cataclysmic variable in that it has a very long periodicity. Now, these binary systems typically consist of a white dwarf and a more normal star, and they usually rotate around each other. They usually orbit each other at an extremely fast speed. The orbital period for this one was approximately 3.6 hours, which apparently is a long time. And apparently stars moving at relativistic speeds is kind of weird. So maybe check out this article as well. Assassin 18AAN, the unusual cataclysmic variable. I'll let the article scroll, then you can view the video just by viewing our content and pressing pause. Don't worry, we'll be here when you get back. It's the beauty of video on demand. And let me just check the life of the stream before we go on with the cosmology segment. Let's talk about the moon and sleeping. Now, I talk regularly on the channel about how I sleep better at new moon. We're not exactly sure if the effects of new moon and full moon are just because of the light. Consumer tip: make sure your sleeping chamber is completely dark. Wearing a blindfold will not do it, as your skin has photosensitive sensors on the surface of your skin. Your skin can tell if it's light in the room, even if your eyes can't. So it's very important to have a completely dark sleep chamber. If you've got a VCR light or something in your bedroom, cover it up. Don't have any light in your sleep chamber. Any light is a detriment to your sleep. Now, going back to this study, there was a study with like 750,000 subjects, both in high-tech and low-tech areas with and without access to electricity. So we're not exactly sure if it's just the light from the moon that's causing this effect on sleep, as people's sleep cycles seem to oscillate exactly the same as the lunar cycle of 29.5 days. So if you weren't aware of that, hopefully that's going to help you out, as part of our mission is to talk about human health stories. If you're not familiar with the mission, head to smashomash.com/forum/mission and you can read all about it. As one of the subjects that we cover is one of the aspects of our mission is to publish scientific papers in a multidisciplinary manner, including sciences such as spectroscopy, chemistry, astrophysics, health, wellness, longevity, cosmology, biology, magnetohydrodynamics, geology, etc. You can find the rest of those portions of our mission at smashomash.com/mission. This one's from a SciTech Daily article, and it is from a study from National University of Quilmes, funded by the National Science Foundation and the Leaky Foundation. Hopefully your urethra is not leaky. Next, we're going to take a look at a random object. Today's random object is number 660. But before we do that, let's look at the X-ray transient outputs of the core of the Milky Way galaxy. Yes, Sagittarius A star. Here is the historic X-ray graph of Sagittarius A star, the galactic core of the Milky Way galaxy. And you can see it actually went into a rather loud state here over the past about 2 weeks. Coming out of a very quiescent state. Keep in mind that is X-rays. Let's go see what number 660 is on the list. And number 660 is IGRJ17354-3255, an SRC/gamma. So it must be some sort of a gamma ray emitting object. And it's very cyclical, so check that out. You can see a very cyclic pattern here of X-rays. It looks like an uptick right around most New Year's. That's pretty interesting. And this has actually gone into a fairly loud state lately here as well. Maybe it's a louder portion of the solar system. I don't know, but let's take a look. We should get some interesting imagery of this object, whatever it might be. Probably a star within the Milky Way. Oh, wait, what did it say? It is a high-mass X-ray binary candidate. So here it is on SIMBAD. And the X not even pointing to a point of light there. But apparently a gamma ray source. Let's see if it shows up on the Fermi. And it's right in the galactic disk. So it's at a very bright spot, speaking of X-rays. Let's see if it shows up on the infrared. The 2-mass, nothing showing up. Oh, maybe it is showing up. Let that draw in. And actually it is showing up there in the 2-mass. The X-ray binary candidate, which apparently emits gamma rays. Here it is on the Chandra. Great view of it there on the Chandra X-ray telescope. And let's also check it out on the XMM Newton, the multi-mirror project. And there it is on the XMM. We'll close out the cosmology segment with a zoom out and a zoom in Chandra X-ray. And so there it is on Chandra X-ray. Again, that object, number 660, on the Neil Gorell Swift-Bat X-ray Observatory is IGRJ17354-3255, a catchy name. And if you want to monitor transients yourself, head to the Neil Gorell Swift Observatory. Oh, and we've got one more. Stars and planets may be siblings. This is another SciTech Daily article. This was not news to me, as this does fly in the face a little bit of first and second generation stars. I won't spend too much time on this one. Stars and planets likely to be siblings, as stars don't just behave like gravitational wells, folks. They behave like fountains, as well as gravitational wells. And it's not really known whether the sun, or indeed the galaxy, are gaining or losing mass. This is from Ophiuchus Molecular Cloud J1709, where there are some protostars in there, or at least certainly stars with a lot of dust around them. Again, that article from SciTech Daily. And I think that's the last we've got in today's cosmology segment there. There ends today's cosmology segment.